I'm out to get it. I'm out to get it. You with it? Are you with it? I'm out to get it. I'm out to get it. Are you with it? Are you with it? Welcome to the Entrepreneurhood Show on the Tita Network. I'm your host, BOWTIE. Here we talk all things business from a Black perspective. Bobby Bowtie's here and you're there. Together we're present. Today's topic is getting unstuck. How do we get the Black man, woman, and child unstuck from their 500 plus year sticking point? Is it even possible? That's the question. What answers do you have? Maybe the current statuses of the Black man, woman, and child is exactly where we want to be. As an individual, I disagree with that. I don't think we want to be where we currently are. I think that we know what our greatness is and that we want to return to that great state. What do you think? Is it true? Or are we just content with marching through life as if everything is okay and that we're not really stuck? I mean, I know exactly what to do when I'm tasked with removing a rusty bolt. I'll apply some oil or some WD-40 and I'll let it sit for a minute or two. And then the bolt is removed with ease. Although I have no idea on how to get the Black man, woman, and child unstuck. I don't know what solvent or solution to apply to getting our people unstuck. Maybe you have an answer. And if so, please share it with us. Come waiting on those who are willing to put the work in. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. And the only people who are capable of doing it is us for us. So let's get it done. If I was a betting man, I'd put my money on the reason we're in the current situation, the current state that we're under, is because of our minds. We're running around with minds that don't belong to us. We have non-African minds, non-Black minds. We're running around with the minds were given to us by the people who have oppressed us, the people who have stolen from us, the people who have robbed from us, the people who have raped and murdered us. These are the minds we're running around with. So how can we ever change our situation if we're not running around with our minds? And when we talk to people from the West who grew up where I grew up from, they don't connect with Africa. They don't believe that they have a connection with Africa. They don't think they've left anything in Africa. But we remember what Malcolm X said. You left your mind in Africa. So we gotta go back and get it. Let's go back and get our minds, because we need them. That's the only thing that's gonna free us. And if I was a betting man, I'd put my money exactly on that. We are in the situations that we're in now because we're not operating under the proper minds. Think about it. The British have robbed and raped and killed Africans. The Germans have robbed, raped, and killed Africans. The Americans have robbed, raped, and killed Africans. So have the Portuguese, so have the French. But yet, we're rolling out red carpets with huge smiles, welcoming them home to contracts, welcoming them back to opportunities to do the same thing again. Do you think that anyone in their right mind would be doing this? Of course not. So we have to begin to heal one another so that we stop doing the same foolish things that we've been doing for the last couple hundred years. And that is not focusing on self and kind. We have to do for ourselves. Charity starts at home. You gotta first work with yourself. Most of you who are listening to this program, who have been on an airplane before, you know what they tell you. In case of an emergency, an oxygen mask will drop You need to secure your oxygen mask first before helping any small children, elderly who may be traveling with you. So why are we worried about what everybody else is doing and what program they're developing and what infrastructure they're developing? We need to worry about ourselves. We have to develop ourselves mentally first, and then we can begin to develop the things outside of our physical bodies. And if we can do that, believe me, we'll be on a path to greatness once again. There's no doubt in my mind that there's no group of people anywhere on the face of the earth that can outwork the African. The African has built the planet. There's no one who can outwork the Black American. The Black American built America. They were the chief engineers in developing better ways to automate work. They were the ones who were working. Don't you think that the worker would be the one who want to limit their work by creating machinery that could help them get their work done? Of course. To make life better. It's in us. It's a part of our DNA. So to my conscious brothers and sisters, those who were not born on the continent of Africa, we're not moving forward with individuals with those backgrounds the way we've moved forward with the individuals that we've met in Africa. And I just see that as being very, very sad. And I don't know what it's going to take to really jolt us and wake us up. Because, as I told the one brother, it's not about trust. It's impossible for it to be trust. Because we do a lot of things that you would think you would need trust on, but we move forward anyway. We move forward on taking these shots. We move forward on seeing the different doctors at the hospitals. We move forward on taking medications that they prescribe to us. We move forward on putting our lives on their buses, their trains, and their planes. We move forward on consuming the beverages and food products that they produce. And if you need to trust somebody, that's the place to trust. You should want to trust the people who are producing the food that you're going to consume, first and foremost, before you hem and haw whether or not you're going to trust a person that you're going to invest a couple dollars in. You can get a couple dollars over and over again. Try to get another life. I mean, if you can teach people how to get another life, they don't even have a number that will represent how much money you'll be worth on this planet. But you and I know it's impossible. It's impossible for you to get another life. So let's do something with the lives that we already have. The black lives that we already have. The African diasporan lives that we already have. Let's come together and work. So that trust that brother was telling me about, you find that in the work. We're not going to find that sitting around drinking sodas and juice and wiping chicken grease off our chins. That's not where we're going to find that trust at. That trust is going to be built. It's going to be built by brothers and sisters in the trenches doing the work. And I can't stress enough the importance of us coming together. We need to centralize our efforts and our physical presence. There's safety in numbers. I mean, I didn't invent that. They've been teaching us this in elementary school, preschool. Safety in numbers. Don't go out alone. Stay with your friends. Living in countries throughout Africa, those who have made the decision to leave America, or to leave Europe, or to leave the West Indies and come back to Africa, we need to come together. Why aren't we coming together? I had one brother telling me that it was about trust. We got to get to know each other. But I'm seeing brothers and sisters here betting on every three-legged dog and pony show that come across them, giving brothers and sisters that they're meeting here, or I should say individuals that they're meeting here, giving them everything. But their true brother and sister, the one who's experienced life as they've experienced life in America or in Europe, they're walking past them. And that's the mentality that we have to get away from. That's more of that sickness that I'm talking about. You'd rather invest in a person that you have no idea who they are because they don't have your experience or similar experience like you have. But the person who has similar experience, a person who's come from your region, maybe even come from your city, maybe even your block, we're not taking the time to invest in them. We're not taking the time to support them. And I don't get it. We're dressing up. We're coming to all the meetings, going to all the parties, and that's it. Because when it comes to the real work, are we doing it? I mean, you answer the question. I'm just an observer. And from time to time, I'm going to speak on what I see. But maybe you're seeing something different. If so, tell me about it. One of my brothers, he always says, I don't want to see one-man shows. There's too many one-man and one-woman shows happening. And he's right. Because I've been here myself as a one-man show. And I've been here and have invested in individuals that I don't know, individuals who don't share the experience that I share with many of my listeners. And I've taken losses. And I didn't have to get to know them. I didn't have to break bread with them. I basically just met these people and immediately moved forward. But why aren't we doing this with other so-called African Americans? Or Africans from the diaspora, Africans who are not. You know, if strangers approach you, yell. You know, they've taught us these things, but as adults, it seems like we've forgotten them. Even though we're in a foreign land and we see other groups of people doing it, for some reason, the African diasporan is not implementing those same techniques. So y'all tell me, what we gonna do? What's the next step? We need a next action step. We need a next action step. And I've been pushing this important narrative of safety. We need to be safe and secure. Physically, we need to have our food source safe and secure. And we need to have our economics safe and secure. It has to be independent of what everybody else is doing. We need to begin to circulate money amongst ourselves 20, 30 times before it leaves our community. And why not practice that right here in Africa? We can do it. And the only way it's going to get done is if we do it. I'm out here waiting on y'all. Come on out. Let's make it happen. Peace. Until the next time, may all of you have massive success. Enjoy. I can be reached at the alsbrooksgroups@gmail.com. Looking forward to building with you. Thank you.